An internship is a short-term work experience in a professional environment, right? So oftentimes for you to get a sense of what you're getting into as a career, it's important for you to do that short-term work experience in that environment to really learn what the expectations are. Um, an internship emphasizes learning versus earning, because in some cases, guys, it may not be paid, right? 50% of internships are not paid. So it's really the learning part that you're gaining the real pay for versus the earning. Okay. You can learn new skills. How do you learn new skills? Basically learning more about who you are and what are your capabilities? What are your abilities? What are your skill sets? What are your strengths? So these doing an internship will teach you these things. It helps you gain insider contacts, right? So you're always making connections, networking, and it helps to clarify your career goals. And when we say clarify your career goals, we're basically talking about you have the opportunity to test out, right, your experience working in a particular space, a professional space, to see if that's something that really pops for you, makes you feel like, you know what, I think this is a good match for me. Many people who thought they wanted to go into the medical field will find out by doing an internship that, you know what, I can't stand the sight of blood. So they may have to again make some adjustments in going in that career direction. But it was because they took the opportunity to do an internship that they were able to learn from that experience and assess, is it a good fit for me? So it does help you clarify your goals. An internship can, and guys, again, like I said earlier, try to record some of the notes that we're giving you today. Build a professional resume, right? If you have a resume and it doesn't have much on it that's career related or major related, then doing an internship would help that. Help you build a sense of professionalism, right? Professionalism is basically how do you speak to people, right? How do you work in a team? How do you communicate? So it will help to build a sense of professionalism. Create a network of professional contacts, right? Help you develop leadership and interpersonal skills going forward. And again, that's how you work with people. Interpersonal skills is about how do you work with others. Defray the cost of college if it's a paid internship, right? And allow you to explore a career in a profession, like I was saying before. Many of us don't know what we're getting into going forward as a student, but doing an internship will give you that exposure. Establish references. Again, people who know you and who can write letters of recommendations for you are those who work with you, who've seen what you can do, and increase employment opportunities. So employers are even looking to see what you've done. Have you done an internship? So that can increase your opportunities. So now we're going to basically just hear a story from Shahzoda. She was a former student at the Magner Center, and she's going to share a little testimony of her experience.
Hi, my name is Shahzoda. I'm a junior at Brooklyn College studying computer engineering, and I'm excited to share my story about how Magna Center helped me. I entered Brooklyn College as a freshman, and I didn't have a job experience. I didn't really know what an internship was. I never had done a cover letter or a resume, and I came here completely clueless. I first went to the job fair, and I just worked as a volunteer from 8 a.m. to the whole day, and it was absolutely amazing because I got to meet all the staff and I got to meet all the students, and I was really excited just to be a part of it. So I went to more panels, more events, and eventually I became an ambassador volunteer, which was like an unpaid position, and I worked a lot, and it was absolutely amazing. There's a lot of things people don't tell you when you're a first generation student or you're an immigrant. Nobody really helps you find an internship. Nobody really tells you when you're supposed to start looking, and I certainly didn't have anyone. When I started volunteering here, I learned about all the different things I could do. I met with so many different panelists. I met with so many different inspirational men and women, and I felt really empowered. And I started just looking for an internship as a freshman. Since then, I've secured an internship as a website developer. I've secured an internship as a software engineer. I've done small size companies where me and like one other person was the whole engineering team. I most definitely recommend the Magnet Center to all the students here. It is a great free resource, and I feel like everyone should take advantage of it.
So now we're going to talk about next what types of internships are available. There are a variety of internships experiences for all majors and various forms of compensation. The first one we'll talk about is paid internships. And one of the paid internships that we have are students can go to Hire BC, and many of you probably are familiar with Hire BC, and you can enter the keyword paid internships, and a list will come up that you can actually see what internships are available that are paid. We also have other sites. So if you go to, and there's a link basically that we'll share with you, we'll put it in the chat, that if you click on that link, you'll come to this page. And if you scroll down, you'll find for the School of Humanities, like it has all the schools up above, but we're going to focus on humanities, nonprofit, government, community service, writing, and journalism students, so that you can see what the list is. There's a huge list of paid companies and programs that you can basically apply to. It gives you information on the stipend award amount, the deadlines, some of them vary. So I think this is a great source to use if you're looking for paid internships. All right, guys. So again, we'll put the link in the chat. We're not going to go through everything, but we want to at least let you know that it's there for you to use. And like I said before, early on, please use the resources that we're giving you. They're going to be helping you get to the next point. Here on this site, and again, we'll put the link in the chat, these are companies that have reoccurring internships, paid internships that you can apply to. So again, it's a great important link that you could use. I would encourage you to look at the list that Ramir is scrolling down for you and see if any of those might be a good match for you as an internship. And you can see it's a huge list. So there's that resource. Make sure you use it. So the stipend, basically, again, we've extended the stipend application process until the 14th of April, right? So I think it was supposed to be the end of March, and we extended it for another 2 weeks. So if you are interested in, I think, applying, you only have, I think, a day to actually do it. If not, you can do the next cycle and apply for stipends at that point. Stipends are very helpful, guys. You know, if you don't have money to do an internship and you need assistance, our base is $1,800, and then and going up depending on what your needs are. So it's competitive, right? We're not just giving money away, but again, to apply for these things are important. It's important to apply for these things because they're here. They're a resource that you should use. So again, I would encourage you to take part in applying for the stipend awards. And here's the fact sheet that gives you all of the information to walk you through the process of completing an application. Remember, all applications must be completed. If not, you lose points. It will not even be looked at. So make sure that you complete it. So this is the CUNY, it's called the CUNY Weekly Jobs and Internship Newsletter. And the reason I opened this form, guys, is because you have to complete the form in order to get the weekly newsletter with jobs, internships, events. I mean, really amazing stuff. So if you want to be a part of that, you want to subscribe, please fill out this form. And again, we'll put those links in the chat. Okay, so you have the option of doing paid, unpaid, academic credit, right? We get from your academic department. You have stipend awards available to you, international internships you can do on campus, and again, virtual, which is happening right now. Everything's virtual. And we recommend that you complete at least 2 internships before graduation. Try to get that under your belt, guys, if you can. And also what you can do volunteer work. Let's not forget that. However you volunteer in your communities or do community service, all of those things can go on your resume. If you worked at a food pantry, um, if you worked maybe tutoring students, and it was all volunteer. Listen, that all can go on your resume. And you're getting experience and you're getting exposure and you're networking. People are learning about who you are and what you can do. Okay, when to consider an unpaid internship? The Magna Center requires or recommends applying to a paid internship. However, at times it may be worthwhile to consider an unpaid internship since 50% of internships are unpaid. So, questions to ask yourself when considering an unpaid internship is: do you have experience in a field already? Will you have opportunities to expand your network? Is this a reputable company? Does the internship provide training and exposure to the fields that will be valuable for your career development? So, these are the questions that you sort of have to ask yourself and seeing if this is going to be a good match for you. You don't want to waste your time. You don't want to just be making copies. You want to be doing something that's definitely going to, be something that's going to add to your skill sets. So definitely make sure you do the research on a company to know if it's a good match. Okay, we talked about what a stipend award is, but again, you can look at these different points. And for more information, I would visit the tiny URL right on the left. Remember, spring deadline is October. For summer and fall, the deadline is March. It's available to both undergraduate and graduate students. This is an opportunity for funds for those who cannot afford to intern for free. And like I said before, the base amount is $1,800 starting out. International internships allow you to experience another culture. And again, guys, as you know, our world is not this great big world anymore. It's getting smaller and smaller. And so that we're dealing with people from all different backgrounds, even in our local communities. So you have to be open to that and experience that. So doing an internship abroad sometimes will help to help you immerse yourself in another culture, prepare you for the 21st century globalized marketplace, and again, earn college credit. And finally, strengthen your resume. So it's a good option to explore, to take part in, and to add to your resume. Summer is a good time to participate in international internships because sometimes you'll get everything off your plate and you basically have more free time to commit to that kind of experience. Where do college students intern? This is just a short list, but you can look at the various companies and organizations where students have interned um, through the Magna Career Center, Bellevue Hospital, Daily News, Simon and Schuster, NYPIRG, MTA, Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce. The list goes on and on. And again, this is just a short list, but there's so many other great opportunities, especially for students who are in the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. And based on those links that I was just walking you through earlier, please try to look into them because those are really some great opportunities and they're paid. When are internships available? Every semester, basically. They're available, right? Um, some organizations, industries such as Kings County DA's office and the New York City Council seek interns throughout the entire year. whereas others may only hire interns once a year. Um, the duration of an internship may vary. Again, sometimes it's one semester, or it can be 1 year. Um, and it's like I said before, it's during all academic semesters, and some have actually happened during the winter break. Clarify your goals, right? And this is so important, guys. I say before you even start to look for an internship, maybe you should meet with a career counselor, make an appointment to talk with someone so that you can bounce some of the ideas off on what you need to set up going forward. So I would suggest, first of all, meeting with a career counselor. Always conduct research regarding the careers, right? Define your goals, complete a self-assessment to know yourself, to know what your interests are, your skills, your abilities, your values, your career goals, your ideal job. So taking a self-assessment, I think, is very helpful that you can explore to get that kind of feedback. And I think you will be surprised at the companies and industries of interest that you have, right? Before you even start looking for an internship. So again, which internships would fit that interest? Which ones will give you the best experience, exposure that you need? And again, choose your major early so that you have a sense of where you're going and you have the head knowledge that's going to, again, complement what you do in the workplace. What does a strong resume include? Student organizations. If you've been part of that, you should have that on your resume. Plan to take on leadership roles in college, right? When you can. I know, guys, it's difficult right now because we're doing everything virtually, so that's a challenge. But when you have connections, it's important to do that. Work or do an internship experience, campus engagement, student government, student newspapers. If you can work on those things, again, like I mentioned before, volunteering, community service. Many of you can still do that to build up your resume. Do career related events like conferences, career panels, company visits, workshops like you're doing today. You're being a part of this event. This is something you can put on your resume. To build your resume, to help you really get started, guys, look at the link below. And if you can take a snap, a screenshot of that might help you to get started. There's a video that you can watch that again walks you through the process. So there is a lot of resources that we have that can help you build a strong resume and at least get started. How do you search? You can search using internships, specific industry websites, company websites. Use LinkedIn and our own personal hire BC. Network, talk to friends, family, alumni, that you make that you build relationships with your faculty, with your professors, writing the letters of recommendations for you. So it's important to build and career affairs, recruiting, important resources to help you land an internship. Here's a list, a screenshot of this information. I think that will be helpful to you. You can email intern at brooklyn.cuny.edu. You can look into this School of Humanities and Social Sciences newsletter, right? And here's the link for that. You can go to Internship 101. This is a link for that. Paid internships, another link, Hire BC, and Vault.com. Vault.com is just, it really is amazing. I don't know how many of you have actually been on Vault.com, but it is extremely helpful if you're trying to find things like information on the industry. I want to go into, I don't know, marketing, but I don't know anything about it. I just think I like it. Well, guess what? You need to do your research. You need to go on Vault.com, go on to industries, and click on marketing, and it will tell you everything about the industry. Its future outlooks, look regarding marketing industry. What are the different careers under that particular title? So it is a wealth of information. I would really encourage you to use Volt.com. Like I mentioned before, the subscribe to the CUNY weekly list of jobs and internships, events, and resources is also very helpful. So again, if you can take a screenshot of these links, I think it would be very helpful to you going forward. After the internship, what happens next? After the internship, as well, is something that we want to recommend to other future students. And so we would like to hear your feedback as well. You should update your resume to reflect on the new experience that you just had and have a career counselor review it again and stay connected. Just saying, I was thinking about you. I want to thank you for your support during my internship, and I'm just trying to stay connected and to keep in touch. People really appreciate when students go out of their way to do that. Say scam artists out there who are putting out information and posting it to students and asking them to apply, asking them to send money or send their account, their bank account information, personal information. And guys, whenever you hear that or you see something like that, red flags should go up because that's a possible scam um, internship or employment opportunity. So there are hundreds of internships posted each year in the college. Students, you should use precautions when contacting and meeting a potential employer. Do not meet them in their home. Do not meet them in a private space. Again, red flags, right? Contact the Magna Center. Contact the themselves. So please make sure to be aware of that. Please be proactive. Please use all the resources that we have at the Magna Career Center. Learn what it is and how to network and make connections with employers, recruiters, alumni mentors, and most of all, find out all the opportunities that the Magna Center has to offer. And it's a lot, guys, really. And I understand that processing all of this sometimes gets a little bundled up. But again, maybe just starting out with a career counseling session, meeting with a career counselor to talk about some of these things that you're thinking about will be the best place to start before you actually start searching the internships and the companies. Okay. So, with that said, thank you for coming today. I appreciate meeting each and every one of you, and I wish you all the best going forward. Thank you.
Make sure to check out the My Career tab on the BC Navigator app, where you can track your career progress based on the amount of credits you've earned, stay updated on upcoming events from the Magna Center, and watch our videos for insight and advice on your career field.